Deseret News Rewind is presented by Heidemann and Associates. Call them now for a free consultation, 801-754-4240, or go to utah.law.
Welcome in Deseret News Rewind Moment of the Week, brought to you by the Utah Army National Guard.
That's right, Dusty. And hey, senior classes are graduating, some with rings and some with not, but either way, they're graduating, looking for that next step in their life. If you're not quite certain what that next step is, check out the Utah Army National Guard, where you can earn up to $20,000 in educational assistance from the Utah Army National Guard. To learn more, visit www.nationalguard.com.
Well, this was a big one, the 4A state championship game. Skyview and Park City both come into this game. Neither school had won a state championship in football in school history, and both of which hadn't been in a state championship game for over 20 years. 2001 for Park City, 1987 for Skyview.
Been a long time coming, and these are two teams, well, Skyview in particular has made a lot of semis in recent years, hasn't been able to get over that hump. Park City, boy, what a year for Coach Mazingo, his crew, and both with trying to tread some new territory, as you had mentioned. Only one did.
Well, one went home, and that with the championship, and that is Skyview with a 35-0 win. And Dane, this game from the outset was a dominant performance from the Bobcats.
It was. For me, I was really interested in the play along the line of scrimmage. Would Park City, that offensive line, be able to get to the second level in that Skyview defense? Could Skyview run the football? To me, that was the big question, and both of those questions were favorable to the blue and gold in this one. As Skyview, the offensive line, the defensive line were both really solid, established that run early, and from the first quarter, this one looked like it was going to be all cats.
Well, the all-do-it-all guy, and he's going to be playing basketball here at the University of Utah. Mason Folsom made impacts all over the field. All right, Mason, first of all, how's it feel?
Oh my gosh, it feels so amazing, being out there to practice every day and, working out every day is a grind, and, this just makes it all worth it.
Mason, talk a little bit about you've had semifinals here before, to finally be able to get a championship match and be able to finally get over that hurdle for you, for the senior group, but also for the program.
Yeah, last year Orem was there, and the year before that Orem was there, but just every year I would come back and you think, it's my time's almost up, just give it all you got, and we finally got over that semi game and we got state in the bag. It feels so awesome.
Hey, you got a one-handed stab against Orem, your sophomore year. You get the one now, you get the win. Which one's better?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess this one because we won.
Talk about your role on this team. I mean, Kayson, first of all, let's talk about Kayson. You're going to be quarterback in this year. You get hurt, he takes over, and then allows you to do so many things. How good does it feel for you to watch him, a young guy, go do what he did to make you guys better?
That kid is such a stud. He comes over adversity and he just pushes through anything, and he's such a stud.
You're committed to play basketball. You're going to share this tape with Coach Witt and see if you can maybe get back on the field here?
Oh,
there's a fight there.
I love basketball. That's my love, and I'm going to go give it basketball everything I got.
Awesome.
Thank you, guys.
Well, Mason, guys have won state championships at Skyview in basketball. You're part of the only one to win the football championship. How good does that feel, man?
It's indescribable. It's just amazing. Thank you, guys.
Well, congratulations, man. We'll be seeing you on the hardwood in a couple days.
Yeah, 3 days. Right? Thank you guys so much.
Mason, we talked about it there. He was going to play quarterback and he gets hurt. And I think it says a lot to him that he accepts a new role on this team, because it allowed him to do so much more and to really be a different guy for this team.
It did. I mean, you look at the semifinal, threw for a pair of touchdowns, ran for touchdowns as well, ran for a pair of touchdowns in this game. They'll line him up outside. Defensively had an interception in this one. Really frees him up to do a lot of things. And the beautiful thing about it is that he's got other pieces that can allow him to do that. You look at some of the other guys who can carry the football. Carlson, his ability to step up, had a chance to talk with him what it was like for that junior to step into a starting quarterback role this year.
Kayson, first of all, to walk us through the emotions, man.
I'm speechless right now. Just to be able to come out and play with my brothers. This is a wonderful feeling. There's nothing like high school football and be able to win a state championship. And it's great to be able to come out and play for all those in the past that have never won, and just play for all the teams in the past that have never had the opportunity to come and do this.
Kayson, man, I mean, the way you showed up in the semifinals and championships, 5 or 6 rushing touchdowns, some throwing touchdowns. What was it that really helped you elevate your game and have such strong performance in the semis and championships?
Our coaches drew up a great game plan. We have to give most of the respect to them, because they spend so much time just planning, and then our O-line with all those rushing touchdowns, they do so well. They're able to block and just dominate, and then our receivers are probably the best to ever go through Skyview, so it makes my job really easy. I'm able to just get the ball out to them, and they can just go and make plays.
Midway through the year, Mason comes back from his injury, but you've entrenched yourself. Walk us through what that's been like and how he's been a help for you.
I mean, Mason's such a great leader, such a great athlete. I mean, I love him so much, and just be able to put him at different positions really just makes us more dynamic and more dangerous. I mean, just be able to get him the ball and let him make plays.
Going to give you one more chance. You talked a little bit about the O-line, but they were dominative today. Just talk about that group and what it's been like playing behind them this year.
I mean, they've been dominant the whole year, but just, I mean, they're all really good guys. Just be able to come out and physically dominate people on both sides of the ball, especially on the line. I mean, it gives us such an advantage to have those guys.
Tell me what it's like to play for Coach Howell.
Oh my, I love Coach Howell so much. I mean, he's just a great guy, great leader. His game plans are so well. He knows how to lead the team. Just be able to come out and play for him every week. I mean, there's nothing like it.
You're just a junior, but when you lay down tonight and all this is processed, what's going to be the thing that you think back on the most and that you're most proud of?
I mean, we just won a state championship. I'm going to be proud of that. But, I mean, just to not be able to play with these seniors anymore, I mean, just the last week of practice, knowing that this is going to be your last game with those guys, your last week of practice, it's really rough.
Well, Kayson, congratulations, and here you go, state championship quarterback.
Thank you.
Congratulations, man.
Thanks.
Well, you see there just the calmness and the leadership of Kayson Carlson.
Yeah.
And not only that, be able to confirm some things. He gets some Thanksgiving dinner one-upsmanship.
He's got some bragging that he now can throw out there, eh?
Hey, Kyler, you just got to a semi. Kayson won one, then he brings home a ring.
That's right.
That's a win.
Yeah, you said that next to the plate, you know, directional, right? That's
even if it hasn't been ordered yet, just put it there.
Yeah.
I'm a younger brother. Absolutely.
Where's yours? Doesn't everyone get one of these?
You'll get it for getting semi. But congratulations to Kayson. But absolutely outstanding. But you talk about what this team is and the differences. A first-year head coach and Chris Howell comes in. He's established a culture. And how about it? It's a championship culture as well.
Yeah. Coach, first of all, you bring home the first state championship in Skyview history. How does that feel?
It's incredible, you know, to be able to do that, for our kids to do that, for the Skyview community is just, you know, I really don't have words to express kind of what it means to our kids, our community, and to our student body, and just really proud of their effort through, you know, all year long, really.
Coach, let's talk about a couple of units that were just dominative today and really key. How about your offensive and defensive lines? We talked before the game and just like, hey, you're going to be able to run, and boy, you guys were able to run. Talk about their performances on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, they've been our strength all year, and nobody recognizes them because they're not the guys with the ball in their hands and out there on the edge making plays. But they're what make us go, and they continue to do that today and did just an unbelievable job.
Now to those guys, you always get the credit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's the way it goes.
Kayson Carlson. I mean, we talked about this before. Mason was going to be the quarterback. He gets hurt. Kayson's able to step up, and what he was able to do for this team I think is what catches my eye. Because it allows you to do so much with Mason.
Yeah.
But talk about Kayson first.
Kayson's, you know, I've said this 1,000 times throughout the year that his grit and toughness have really made our offense better. You know, Mason brings a ton of tools, but I felt like early on it was easy for defenses to key on him when he was in the backfield and touching the ball every time. When we move Mason inside, outside, it's hard, but you still have to have the other guy to execute the offense and bring some toughness with it. You know, what we did really is we added another runner. He had an unbelievable game today from a running perspective, and you know, you just don't get that out of many backup quarterbacks.
Talk about the defense pitching a shutout and shutting down this really good rushing attack. What was key for them today to be so successful?
We worked really hard all week. You know, they run a lot of that motion stuff, and a lot of it is to distract your eyes and get your eyes in the wrong spot. And our guys today just did a great job of keeping their eyes down where they were supposed to, and then tackling in space. We tackled tremendously today.
When you think back on this team, is there a moment or a game or something or a trait of this team that you're going to look back on?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd look back to our Skyridge game, the one that we lost this year, against really a 6A powerhouse.
Yep.
And a team that's just been unbelievable since their founding, really. And the fight in our kids and for that to go down basically to the last play showed me just the type of toughness that this kid or that this team was going to bring this year.
State championship head coach Chris Howell. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
Go
Appreciate
get dry.
Congrats, Coach.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you.
But you see Coach Howell, this is a guy, very matter of fact, Not a lot of emotion to him. It fits what this team is here, Skyview.
It is. They're a hard-working bunch. And the thing I loved about him when we talked about, what was that moment for you? And he said, it's the Skyview or the Sky Ridge game. That's a good team in 6A. They've been a power in the short time they've, been a school. And when we saw that game come down late, we knew we had a tough team that was going to be ready. And, he's been been great with us, been able to talk to him, get to know him, but he has been very focused, and you can see that same focus in his team, and it paid off this year en route to a state championship. And Coach, congratulations, well of a job, not an easy task. A school that had never won a championship in football. You've got Mason Folsom, one of your better football players in school history, and this was the year to get it done, and he found a way to coach his team to a state championship.
Yeah, absolutely did. Congratulations to the Skyview Bobcats, the 2019 4A state champions. Be a fun drive through Sardine Canyon for this one. For Vince Francis and Dane Stewart, I'm Dusty Litster. Thanks for joining us watching Deseret News Rewind. Moment of the Week presented by the Utah Army National Guard.